What's up guys, welcome back to CrimsonCX and welcome today to episode 1 of season 5 of OpenTTD. Today, and in this series, we've got some different things going on. First of all, you'll be able to notice we've got a United Kingdom map. So this is the whole of the UK plus Ireland and actually a little bit of France down here, which is cool. Secondly, we're also using a bunch of NewGRF settings, all of these here, and we're also in 1900, which is a lot earlier than normal for what we usually play, but that'll be alright. Let's just get started straight away. Let's turn the game on and let's work out where to start. I'm starting to think that a good passenger line between London, which I'm guessing would be the biggest station, not biggest station, biggest place, which we can actually check. Yeah, London, then Birmingham, Dublin. Okay, perfect. That's roughly what I thought it'd be. But London to Southend, it isn't far, and it should make us a fair bit of profit. So we've got a bunch of different options. So we've got our default as per the norm. We've also got some British stations. So should we just keep it British? So 1 track 7 in this way. Hopefully this is the right one for me. Which we'll get benches and plants, why not? It looks simple. Anything else which really appeals? It's not big enough to be that, so let's just put it here. Not allowed while paused, all that build up for nothing. So here we are, there's London. This is London East Station, and let's just get started with building out. So what we do have to do first is probably flatten this a bit. That did cost a fair bit, but it is a pretty flat route to Southend, which is always good. I have noticed that if it weren't for this house here, I think we could get a pretty good station in there. It's gonna have to go here then, Southend on Sea. Let's just build the train line. It's gonna be a very short one, but that does mean it's going to be fairly simple. So we're going to go to here, and then we're going to go up to about here, and then finally we're going to go into here. We are going to place a depot somewhere. I'm thinking, as it's a 1-track line, it doesn't matter too much where we put it. Well, as I've been watching a lot of Master Hellish recently, we're going to keep in mind some of his strategies a little bit. So we're going to build it slightly off the line. It should be fine. So put one here, and then let's get this going. There. So it has to go in the depot if it goes on this route. But let's just see what our train options are, because they are obviously mainly steam compared to usual. So we can sort by not engine ID, we want probably the reliability being the highest. So this is the lowest. So the highest train will be the spinner. Okay, that's 19 grand. What's the Ginty? Because the Ginty actually, no, I don't know a lot of these. Ginty 77, Suburban 77. You know what, Metropolitan, maybe because it makes me think of the tube. Let's now get some passengers in the form of some carriages. So let's slide this over here so I can look properly. And let's go for, you know what, this holds, I reckon, 3 cars for now. Because it's not that far to go, to be honest. And as it's only going to be 1 for now, I mean, who knows, maybe I'll eventually turn it into a double track. Train 1 is lost because I have just realised that I've not given it an order. That was a bit flawed of me, sorry about that. We'll go South End to London East. So there we go, let's get that going. We're now in South End. Hopefully we'll start getting some passengers going back and forth. Hopefully this is a very quick investment, because otherwise things could suck for me, because I've already spent half of my budget. While that does get started, let's actually look at what we can do. So there's a farm which produces What's that? 35 tons of grain. Okay, so the train is starting to move. So there to anything which looks good in this local area. Norwich grain mill. Oh, that's here, okay. No, that isn't here. Where is the grain mill? Point me to the grain mill, please. Is it there? Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I mean, that's short but simple. We can get that done fairly quickly, I think. And what's interesting is you'll notice we've got very specific sort of resources. So basically you can get specific stations for specific industries. So what would be good for us? We want some into grain, surely. That's grain. Is there a specific mill one? So this is raw materials and this is processed products. Can you tell that I'm not entirely sure, but I'm trying to like make sure I've got it correct. You know what, we're just going to put a grain station. I don't think that's particularly wrong. If anyone has a clue what they're doing in a better way than me, let me know in the comments down below. Please, I need all the help I can get. Let's just drag and drop. So I'm saying, yeah, do that. Industrial park. I think that's fair enough. And if we then sort of angle it out of the town a fair bit. Let's get rid of the trees to make this a bit easier. 3. And then let's go to 5, I think. Where is this? Yeah, it's right there. Right under my nose. Should we just get another drag and drop going? Chroma Manor, okay. So it's quite a simple route, but hopefully it will do the job and make us some money. And it hasn't cost us loads, which is always a positive. Once again, we will start off with a singular train. I think that's the worthwhile thing to do. Put it here, and then let's get this going to here, this going to there, this, into that. Perfect. I think that looks pretty solid, and let's get a train which can do it. It's gonna have to be something which is suitable for more like, I mean, that's the way we get our grain hoppers, but we want a train which is more goods. 060 goods, that's 24 grand. Suitable for freight. Is there anything cheaper which will be freight? So this is the cheapest, like general purpose freight. 77, 67, 86. Like general, yeah, I'm feeling this. Like 77% isn't the best, but then at the same time, we're not going far and it's early days, so why not? So do we want this? So that's 11 tons. Okay, so 7 tons, 11 tons. We'll do these, okay. So uncovered, I think that makes sense. Auto refer, okay. I think, to me at least, that makes sense. I keep saying that, but I do have to check. Right, this is doing production of grain, so that's fine. So we're gonna go here and load, hopefully fairly quickly, and then go to Norwich Industrial Park for the unloading process. So hopefully this can start making us a bit of money. Requires a brake van. Okay, that's fine. I can get on that. See, that's a new aspect. Brake vans as well. Let's get that going then. Brake van, 10-ton brake van. Oh, it's required for. Fair enough. I don't think either way it matters, so we're just going to do that one. So let's get that going. Let's press start. And let's hopefully see this one make us a fair bit of money, hopefully. While we do that, let's get our first one up. We're McDonald and Company. Okay, we are making 7 grand on our train. I think it's because it's probably quite consistently just going back and forth, getting a bunch of passengers. That's good. That's a good start. 1 grand a year, but we're getting 7,000 profit. That is very good. Excellent. So that's our statistics for 1900. Obviously, we do want to start making a lot of money so we can start to repay that loan, because I can tell it's going to be a problem. McDonald and Company. Maybe so I don't do Crimson Transport again, I should consider keeping it, but maybe I won't. I've got a feeling that this is going to take some time though, so I need to probably work out the best thing to do with that, but yeah, still early doors.
Okay, the train is now on the move. I'm very interested to see how much money it will actually make, because it's not going very far, but it is a full load, so hopefully we'll get a solid ton to the point it'll be actually worthwhile doing this. And we need the money, so please, can you work? Let's see then. We're unloading, and what do we got? 870. Okay, that's not what I was hoping, in all honesty. Is this getting any grain? It's taking its sweet time. I think that's my problem, I mean, maybe over time we'll be able to make more and it will accumulate, but that's not loads. I mean, obviously, once again, it's not far at all, but like, I expected more than that. I'm guessing that will be pretty consistent each time it goes. We're gonna get it again. 888, so slightly more, but yeah, give or take 880, sort of 900 range. Yeah, I was hoping for more, to be honest. I don't think that we're immediately screwed, but we're gonna have to, I think, initially rely a lot on this one, which is making a lot. I mean, look, we've got a solid amount of people, especially London. There's quite a few at Southend, but especially London. We're going to need some more trains on that side. Maybe for episode 2, and yeah, I'm already thinking towards that. We make another line which goes up to maybe Chelmsford, Colchester, Clacton, or Ipswich. I'm sort of, in my head, conceptualizing a sort of British Rail, so I'm thinking in my head of the real life version. Obviously there's not every single station in the country, but it would be interesting to sort of recreate it, maybe make my own version of British Rail, essentially, because this London East is basically like Fenchurch Street or Liverpool Street, or basically this is like the eastern one. If it was west, it would probably be Marylebone or Paddington. South would be like Victoria, Waterloo. North would be Euston or King's Cross. And then we could have like trams in the middle, connecting it all up. But yeah, that is it for episode 1 of season 5 of OpenTTD in our UK map. If you have any suggestions for what you want me to do on this series or on this map specifically, please let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, I've been CrimsonCX, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.